evaluate, and we'll have a contest. Basically, we'll dole out this money for projects that will start the Sustainable DC initiative. And so, which is kind of what brings us here, of course. So we come to this idea of this pilot project. And so the thought process was that we, of course, don't have a living building in our portfolio, and we don't know what it would entail to actually get there. But we do know that if we start something and if we begin something, it catalyzes other people within the city and other people outside of our community to do more and to be a part of this. And so that was our chief goal. And so the way we crafted our particular submission for this was to say that, okay, we are not just going to say we need you to supplement the cost of AE services to do a living building. We actually were saying, let's create some form of leadership academy within this. Let's supplement a project that is already in the pipeline that we know would normally go through its path towards LEED Gold or whatever is mandated by legislation. But then we can get in there early. We can craft a process that allows for us to not have significant extra costs so we have time to play around. But it also allows for us to start thinking about this process the same way we thought about the Sustainable DC plan, which was to engage everyone early and exhaustively. So we've started now, and this is kind of why my presentation is definitely the shortest of everyone's, I'm sure, because we don't have anything. Like all we have is the desire and the commitment from the mayor down to make this happen. And so we've started to look through our portfolio. We've started to identify how we're going to match not just the project, but you're matching the budget, you're matching the client, whether it's a client agency, you're matching the site, all these things are starting to kind of seam together. And we're starting to get a short list of potential projects. But we've been recently, actually, even a couple days ago, we're just thinking about the idea that maybe we don't know enough about how we choose that project. So maybe part of the process needs to start now in terms of this collaborative energy to choose and match those projects so that we are doing the best we can to craft a path forward that will be successful. And whether or not that path will ultimately lead to us getting a full pedal certification, which is what we're looking for, whether or not it will end up being net zero, net water, we don't know. But we know that if we have the intent behind it and we also dedicate the time and resources, then it's likely we're going to be successful. We've been pretty successful with a lot of our projects. And now we're in a position and we have the commitment and resources to do that. So in a nutshell, it's kind of, this is where we are, and we're beginning to hope that we're going to be successful. But we also started to think about some main guiding kind of principles, and it's kind of the last thing I wanted to talk about is what we hope to accomplish. And when I say accomplish, it's keep in mind that we, as a government, we're not able to do everything. We have limited budget, we have limited kind of reach, but all we can do is do our best to agenda set in the hopes that will kind of be a catalyst for further action. So we thought about these three kind of main intents, and that is for us to be intentional, to say that we are committing to an idea, committing to a process. We are making sure that is we are not just haphazardly going into things. To be inspirational, because we know that we want to allow for this project through its process, through its selection of the team, and to the occupants and the ultimate care of the building afterwards, that all of that is a source of inspiration for other agencies, for other district citizens, for other cities, globally. Like, if we're going to actually become that healthiest, greenest city in the U.S. and elsewhere, we need to actually take that leadership role. That leadership role means that you are looking towards inspiring others. And the last part is to be restorative. And so, which I think is the kind of the underlying current of the living building ethos that we don't talk about, I guess, enough, is that we're in a position where we're changing the paradigm of what we're talking about. Like, we're not talking about just creating a building that is operating more efficiently and is reducing power usage and so forth. That's great and all those things, but we're trying to be in a position where we are impacting the environment in a way that is restorative to it, to the people that are there, to the land around it, to the air around it, to the water, like everything, it is actually doing more than it's taking. And so if we don't think about that through the entire process, then I think we're missing something. I think we're missing that element that will kind of drive the passion that's required in order for this to happen. Because if everyone, was able to do it, then there'd be tons and tons of living buildings, and so clearly that's not the case. So we hope that we're going to be one, and we hope that we're going to involve as many people as possible in the process, and be able to have, whether it's private professionals or just citizens, be involved in that process, almost kind of like through the looking glass of this project, whether it's having meetings like this about the process and inviting whomever would like to come. And that way, we're kind of creating this this exponential goodwill. And so at least we'll be in a place in which the conversation changes, so that people are now demanding that a building's performance and that it be something that is more than just energy related or more than just performance related, but it's actually something that becomes a gift-giving element of the city. And so that's really the kind of the gist of what I wanted to say. I think that we're pretty excited, and hopefully I kind of conveyed that excitement. That's something that is very very important to us now, is to keep the energy level up, because we think it's going to be a fairly long haul, but we have a few projects identified. We think we're going to try to get started very soon, which is being like the summer, in terms of getting the project picked, getting the design team on board, and then we'll be looking towards something that is hopefully going to be able to be constructed very soon. So that's it.